Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Gruska, and I'm happy and pleased to share the stage with Mr. Anthony Kim, Mr. Oliver McRobbie, and our fourth team member, Chris Kennedy, couldn't be here, but we know he's with us in spirit. We're here today to talk about Crawlspace. Now, Crawlspace is an application designed for anyone who's ever been frustrated by the limitations of a standard API. With our application, you can turn virtually any web page into your own personalized API. But we don't stop there. We also provide tools to allow you to visualize the data that you scrape. With Crawlspace, you can analyze sales trends for a particular product, keep up to date with the latest headlines by building your own news aggregator, or keep track of the latest keyword frequencies for Google searches. Crawlspace does it all with a two-pronged approach. Our front-end interface allows you to convert any web page into a workspace for scraping. Simply highlight the elements that you want to target, save the information that you wish, and let Crawlspace go to work for you. Anthony?
Thanks, John. So let's look at Crawlspace in action. Say, for instance, we want to grab all the prices of cameras off Amazon. We start off by creating a project called Camera Research, and then creating a job called, I don't know, John, what do you think?
Amazon job?
Sounds good, we'll go with that. So once you've created the job, you're ready to scrape and target as many pages as you want. This leads us to one of my favorite parts of the application, which is the Crawlspace front-end viewer. It's built with an iframe that allows you to navigate the page, interact with the page without ever having to leave the experience or opening a new tab or window. However, it comes with a set of challenges. And one of the challenges we faced was that we needed to have the same domain name across the parent and the iframe. To overcome this challenge, we basically created a server-side proxy that allows you to act as an intermediary between the two. So once you, the user, inputs a URL, it gets wrapped in a post request and sent to one of Crawlspace's endpoints, which then retrieves the page from Amazon. Crawlspace then injects additional resources needed for scraping and also make sure all the links are redirected back to the proxy. So once you're ready to target elements, you simply toggle on annotation, which blocks all the features of Amazon while enabling the scraping features. Simply point and click all the target elements you would like to choose. You can rename them as you see fit. You can also use a repeating elements feature, which allows you to grab all the sibling elements with one click. Once you've targeted all the elements, all you have to do is set the frequency at which the job should run and activate it. And then essentially you queued everything up for the backend scraper, which Oliver will go into more details. Oliver?
Thanks, Anthony. So I'm going to talk about the real workhorse behind Crawlspace, and that is a server-side process that we call the job runner. So the job runner's sole purpose is to monitor all of the jobs on our web page. When it sees that the status for our camera job has changed, it will immediately use PhantomJS to go out and crawl that page using the DOM selectors that we've targeted with our front-end viewer. And in this way, it'll return us our data. So for anyone not familiar, PhantomJS is a way for us to programmatically interact with web pages. We can type in fields, we can click on elements, and so forth. And finally, when the process completes, we've implemented Socket.io to provide real-time notifications and feedback to our user. So, great. We have all this data on our server, so the next question is, well, what are we going to do with it? So, we thought it would be interesting to give the users tools to sort of visualize what they've scraped. So in this case, we've taken our camera data and we're visualizing it on a scatter plot. We're mapping various data fields to different chart axes. And in this way, we can draw some conclusions about our data that maybe weren't as obvious before. And this is a more interesting way than just consuming the data directly via the API or looking at it in tabular form. And finally, we can take all of our charts and put them up on our dashboard so we can keep track of all of our running jobs. So that's Crawlspace in a nutshell. We invite you to check us out at thecrawlspace.io. Thank you.